The city is taking steps to try and make driving in that stretch easier.
The weather has been warm this week and the traffic is heating up too.
Seeing new exits added to the Maine Turnpike is rare. The last exit to open was in Sabatis back in 2004.
That's our busiest commuter exit, exit 36, the adjacent exit. And to relieve the traffic on that exit and deal with Poland Spring Bottling, which is the biggest bottling plant in the Northeast. And then, of course, you get the tourists going to the beach. It's crazy out there.
We are at the new exit 35. This is the northbound entrance ramp behind us. It is a supplemental interchange to exit 36. In the same vicinity, but to different parts of town, ease congestion.
We built a new on-off ramp for exit 35, built the collector-distributor road, installed over 100 drainage structures. We also improved the access on 112 here, some new turning lanes, adding lights and mast arms. There's 4 water retention ponds on the site, built 2 new toll plazas and 2 new administrative buildings, so we had our hands in everything from start to finish.
One of the biggest challenges, and there were a lot of challenges on this project, was really trying to figure out how to provide the spacing that was necessary for the new interchange. Because of the proximity to exit 36, spacing was really critical to make sure that there was enough weaving distance, that speeds weren't in excess. And this project really did a great job of finding some unique solutions to that.
Going southbound, those ramps are pretty tight from a design speed, and then when you have it adjacent to the 70 mile per hour speed, we had to address that, and that's where you get that collector-distributor roadway.
Redoing the profile that allowed us on the northbound side to increase the length from, I think it was around 730 feet, upwards of 2,100 feet to really provide that weaving distance we need on the northbound side. On the southbound side, I was using that collector-distributor road so that all the traffic for exit 35, 36 could get off the roadway.
I call it the 4 Ds. The fourth dimension is traffic, because you get out here and you have a 2D plans, you make it 3D, and then your fourth that you always have to think about with the MTA is traffic, because traffic flow is important.
I think it's an engineering issue, how they go about designing the project. They have to take traffic control and keeping traffic moving into the equation. We can't just go out and close the main line and throw in ramps, or close 112 and tell people to go elsewhere. So it starts from the design aspect all the way through construction.
One of the first things we did was we took another look at the traffic requirements with the Turnpike and the design engineers, Stantec. In the end, we were able to move some saw cuts and some reconstruction areas just a couple of feet, which allowed us to keep traffic in its current pattern. It eliminated lane shifts, tightening up the lane widths. There was less maintenance of traffic control associated with this, and also the Turnpike was able to save a significant amount of money on quantities. It was much safer. Lane widths were able to remain at 12 feet. There was no shifts. It was a big bonus for everyone involved.
With the toll plazas, we always want them to be as static and not moving as much as possible. So the toll plazas are on piles, and then we had to preload that as well, and many wick drains, and then your base gravel, and building it up was pretty cool. To the common person, it probably looks like, oh, there's just a pile of dirt just sitting there for quite a long time, but it's doing its job.
The site was very wet. There were a lot of natural resources, wetlands, and so trying to expand the footprint as much as the interchange did while being mindful of impacts to the environment. There is a robust stormwater plan associated with this interchange. There were a lot of utility relocations required for that. We relocated a section of water main and a section of sewer mains, a lot of directional drilling, and making sure all those things got lined up within their allowable work windows was definitely one of the biggest challenges.
We had to go underneath the I-95 overpass bridge. One of the solutions there was using a soil nail wall so that we could maintain support for the overpass structure while still building the wall underneath and providing an additional, I think, 20 feet or so underneath the bridge to allow for the CD roadway and all the lanes that were necessary.
Soil nail wall was kind of the only option. It's a top-down build type of construction, which allowed the bridge over the top to remain active throughout construction.
It was the first time I'd ever done that, and I think a lot of people were in the similar shoes. Adding this much work adjacent to the highway is always complex, adds some safety concerns, and adding a new interchange doesn't happen very often.
What I think really stands out with this project is the Goose Fair Brook and how we shifted that and extended the culvert, and then also the soil nail wall, all while dealing with live traffic, which ended up being 3 lanes of traffic that we had to kind of manipulate around with an on-ramp, so technically 4 lanes, while trying to build these 2 things, while directly under a bridge that had live traffic on it as well.
It required a lot of earthwork, a lot of drainage. There was some preloads, there was pavement, there was a significant portion of electrical, there was 2 new toll plaza buildings, there was 2 new full tolls. It was a very complex project. We had multiple crews working in different areas at all times. We had a lot of subs on site. There was days where there was upwards of 50 people on site, all working on different aspects of the project at once.
It's a new interchange that doesn't happen very often. Specifically in Maine, it was a very large project. So there was a lot that went into making this project happen on all sides on the turnpike. Consultants, designers, architects, scientists, permitting, all of it. Projects like that don't happen very often in Maine.
The grand opening was really great because I could see it on Facebook comments of, how much it actually improved people's commute time, and you think, okay, that's 10 minutes that they're saving just one way. Twice a day, 5 times a week is pretty substantial for people when you get your time back.
To me personally, it's the exit that I use when I'm heading south, so it's meaningful to me, and I definitely see the impact and the benefit to the community.
Overall, this project was very exciting. It was great to be part of adding to the community and seeing that they are using and loving what everyone spent 3 years providing for them.
I'm proud to be associated with this project because it was a multi-year project. It just involved a lot of people, a lot of resources, and the communication and the integration of all of the interested parties really made it rewarding as things came together towards the end of the project.